Hello, hello. I don't know if everybody is feeling the same way I feel about the finals, but it seems that the finals has kind of lost its hype. It's all of its excitement that came from the beta and the initial week or two of playing the game has sort of dropped significantly for me. The beta did not really have a lot of the same issues that the game has a problem with now. There was not a lot of cheaters in the beta. Aim assist wasn't as big of an issue at the time, and the meta wasn't so static in the beta. Now, when you boot up a game, it's likely that if you play medium, you will likely run into heavies throwing explosive barrels at you with C4 strapped to them, or lights running around who are invisible, stunning you for 8 seconds and finishing you off with a shotgun. And I don't know about you, but to me it seems like that is every single game. I mean, there should be a lot of variety in terms of what is used, but that doesn't feel like the case anymore. It feels like you constantly run into the same things and you are basically just hopeless to stop them. The issue with medium is that you are basically the support role, and you are very squishy. You are very easy to attack and to ambush, and if you don't have a coordinating team, it's you're not really you're not really going anywhere. I don't know what it is about the game. I think those are like the main reasons of the game that has made it not as great. There are a few other issues as well. I feel like the presence of Vegas being a map and being in rotation has hurt the enjoyment for me, because I really like all the other maps except for Vegas. You know, maybe Monaco can be a little bit better, but, you know, anytime I get Vegas, I'm kind of just pushing my head back and rolling my eyes. Ugh, like, you know, it's going to be that game again. It's going to be, you know, on that map where there are no entrances to any of the buildings. You constantly get caught into different corridors and different walls, and it's kind of tricky to like navigate, especially if you don't have something to blow open a wall. It could be pretty tough and pretty unforgiving and kind of irritating, in my opinion. The overhead rafters of Vegas is also very annoying. It's that big like semicircle that covers the I don't know what to call it. You know, it's in the middle, above the middle for like a whole entire lane. You know, you don't get to see the sky if you're under it, and there's that whole open area in the middle, which can be also very unforgiving if you have to rotate from one side to another to, you know, move a cash out to a vault, or to move a vault to a cash out. You know. So the fact that Vegas is in the game is kind of disheartening. It's disheartening to get it. It's not fun to play on it. There are very few games that I've played that are like, wow, this is a lot of fun. Anytime I get it, I just hate it. The best map, in my opinion, is Seoul, with Skyway Stadium as a close second. Those two are very fun to play on for the most part. Seoul is especially fun to play on, in my opinion. Whether the middle tower is in or not, I always find that I have a good game on there. But especially playing medium most of the time. I do play heavy and light occasionally, but I would say that my main role is as medium. Your main gimmick is basically your aim. And if you're running around with the AK or the SCAR and you have really good accuracy, you're probably going to do really well. But that is like the cream of the crop of your kit. You do have mobility options, but they are not fantastic. It's very easy for you to get caught on a zip line. It's very easy for somebody to follow you when you use a jump pad. You do not have any destructible capabilities to move a cache out or to breach into a room. The most you have are 2 mines that you can make a very small hole with, I find. The grenade launcher doesn't do anything. Your grenades don't do anything. the best utility, in my opinion, is the ADS turret, or the anti-air, or whatever it's called, the thing that destroys projectiles. That will basically save you from a heavy RPG if you time it perfectly. It definitely doesn't save you from exploding barrels, unfortunately. Most of the time, it does not. So you got to use it pretty creatively. Besides that, your healing and your revive are super helpful to your team, but to yourself, not so much. If you get caught with it, you're basically dead by anybody, even another medium. I don't know what it is. I mean, I really liked the finals in the final beta that happened in October, and I was super excited when it came out in early December. I was super pumped, but it seems like after a month, you know, it just kind of, the excitement isn't really there anymore, and the hype has kind of died out. And I think it just comes from such a predictable game. Like, there's not that much that can happen in a match that you have never seen before, you know. People have it's such a hyper competitive game that people have already kind of figured out the meta, and that's what people are going to stick to, because they are almost always going to win using that. You know, it's not uncommon to see somebody going below and blowing the cash out, or a heavy using a sledgehammer to destroy the building entirely. You know, there's just not much that can happen that you'd be like, oh, I've never seen that before. Even really creative things, like people strapping 3 turrets onto a chair and somebody holding the chair. You know, you can do that, but, you know, why would you run with 3 mediums with turrets? You know, as creative and cool as it is, it's not gonna work. You can be creative in the game, but it's not very rewarding. It doesn't feel like a game to be creative in. It feels like a game to play, like Call of Duty, or, you know, any highly competitive first-person shooter, to stick with the meta and only run with that. And then when everybody's doing that, there's not really any kind of variety to the gameplay. It's a static game where you know exactly what's going to happen, especially in higher ranks. But I've never even gotten out of silver in comp, and, you know, everybody's still doing the same thing. So, you know, it's not really that surprising. Besides that, I mean, the gameplay is relatively fun. The art style and graphics of the game are very nice. I really like the ways you can customize your character. But something about it just kind of falls short at the end of the day, and it doesn't become as fun as what it used to be during the, you know, the final beta or the initial release. You know, I felt like this game adapted so quickly, or people tried to figure out how to be the most creative about, you know, faster than everybody else, and everybody kind of ended up in the same boat. So for the past week or so, I've been just going back to PUBG, and a game that I didn't particularly like for the majority of the time that I've been playing it, and going back to that game, it's like, you know, I've been having a blast on it, honestly. Just playing with friends who, you know, didn't even play it that much beforehand, but now are really enjoying it. So I think Embark will slowly attend the issues of the finals, but I don't think that it will happen fast enough. I'm not saying that, you know, nobody's playing the finals, or like everybody thinks this is boring. This is just kind of my opinion about why I've left it alone for a while now, and I've just kind of been wondering if anybody else has been feeling the same way. So I thought I'd just make a quick video talking about how I feel about it, and maybe you can relate or give your critique or your thoughts. I haven't had too much success with Reddit, but I think I'll just stick with YouTube for now. So whatever you're playing, I hope you're having fun, and I hope your entertainment isn't being ruined by cheaters or people who are, you know, just trying to break you down, which kind of feels like every game now. But yeah, I hope your new year is going well, and I wish you the best. Bye-bye. Very nice.
And what a match we've just witnessed.
Solid one.
It's lights out in the arena, just as the spotlight swings to our winners, the Ultra Rares. From all of us here at the final.